All right, so in this video, we're gonna go ahead and make this beautiful Sunburst Granny Square that is so versatile and can be used for so many different projects and in a million different color combos. I just love it and I can't wait to show you. So to start our Sunburst Square, what we're gonna do is start the magic circle by draping the yarn over our hand, wrap around the top 2 fingers, make an X, thumbs down, insert your hook under the first line, grab the second and pull it through. Turn everything to face you. I go ahead and grab everything right here, pull up my working yarn, and we're ready to get started. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is we're going to do 16 double crochets into the magic circle. So to start that, I'm gonna chain up 3, which will count as my first double crochet. Now we're going to add 15 more double crochets into the magic circle. So to do that, we'll yarn over, go into the circle, and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. We'll yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 2 double crochets, since again, we're counting that chain 3 as our first one. So double crochet again is yarn over, into the circle and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We now have 3 double crochets. We're gonna go ahead and do 13 more for a total of 16 double crochets in this magic circle, and then I'll meet you back. So once you have your 16 double crochets, we're gonna go ahead and pull this short line of yarn closed, just to cinch up that magic circle, give it a nice good pull without breaking it. And then we're just gonna slip stitch to the top here of our first stitch by inserting our hook in, pulling our loop through, and pulling it directly through the first loop on our hook. And there is our 16 double crochets in magic circle. So I'll go ahead and chain 1 to fasten off this round. And then I'm gonna cut my working yarn and pull up and out. And there we go. There's our first round all done. For our next round, what we're gonna go ahead and do is puff stitches. This is a really fun stitch, but it can be a little tricky to get a hold of, just because you have to have a little bit of loose tension here. So what I'll do is I'll insert my hook into any of the double crochets and add my new color on by draping it over the hook and just going ahead and pulling it through. That's just how I add the color, really simple. So we have our new color on. What I'm gonna do is chain 2. This is just to start the first puff, just so we're up here at this height. I'll yarn over, go into that same stitch and pull up a loop, but give it a good tug. You wanna have about that much space, so kind of at a diagonal away from the stitch. Again, yarn over, into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Give it a good tug, yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, give it a good tug. Now by doing that 3 times, you should have 7 loops on your hook here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're gonna yarn over and pull through all of them. So that's why you wanna have that loose tension, so you can effortlessly kind of get through all of them without it getting a snug there, a little tight. So we're gonna chain 1 just to kind of fasten off our puff, and then we're gonna do a puff stitch in the next double crochet here. So ignoring that chain 2 we did, because that was just to build up the first one, we'll yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop. Nice good tug. Yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop. Nice good tug. Yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop. Loosen it up. Yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on the hook, chain 1 to fasten off. So what you're doing is 3 times in a row, you're gonna yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop until you have 7 loops on your hook, and then you just pull through all of them. So again, that's yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, 3 times. 7 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all of them, and then chain 1 to fasten off. And we'll just do that in every stitch around for a total of 16 puff stitches. And I'll meet you back when they're all complete. All right, so I have all 16 puff stitches, and what I'm gonna do is slip stitch between the first and second puff. So I'll insert my hook there, pull up a loop, and pull it directly to the first loop on my hook. And then I'll just chain 1 to fasten off this round. Cut my working yarn here, and pull up and out. And our second round is all done. Now we can get to work on the third round. So for our third round, we're going to be doing cluster stitches. So we'll go ahead and insert a hook between any 2 puff stitches, place our new color on our hook, and pull it through. Go ahead and grab our working yarn and pull it up here. Now for this, we're also going to start off by chaining 2. Then we're going to yarn over, go into that same space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through just 2. Again, repeat, yarn over, into the gap space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2. Yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2. You're going to do this until you have 4 stitches in your gap space, and you'll have 5 loops on your hook. The only reason we only have 4 this time is because we chained up our first one instead of starting the cluster. So you'll only have 4 loops on your hook for the first cluster. So now I'm going to yarn over and pull through all of them and then chain 1 and 2. So now between the next 2 puffs, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2. 2 more times, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2, yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches in that same space, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook. We'll yarn over and pull through all of them and chain 2. Then we're going to go ahead and do it in the next space, and we do that all the way around until you have 16 cluster stitches around this round, and I'll meet you back when they're all complete. All right, so for squaring off, I'll go ahead and insert my hook between any 2 clusters, drape my next color on. Now for the sunburst squares, I like to repeat the center color as the same as the border color. You could do 4 different colors in this square if you wanted. It's totally up to you. Just how I do mine, I repeat the last color as the first one. So what I'm gonna do is chain up 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna count as my first treble crochet. And then I'm gonna do 2 more treble crochets into the same spot. So for that, we'll yarn over twice, go into the same chain space and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I'll do that again, yarn over twice, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 3 trebles because we're counting that chain 4 as our first treble. We'll go ahead and chain 2. You can chain 3 here, you can chain 2, I'm gonna chain just 2. And then we're gonna do 3 trebles in the same spot. If you chain 3, it'll be like more pointed. So again, back to the trebles, I'm gonna go ahead and do 3 trebles in the same space. And this will be our corner. Now in this next chain space here, I'm going to place 3 double crochet, same as what we did in the center here. So 1, 2, and 3. Go into the next space. I'm going to do 3 half double crochet. So for that, you'll yarn over, go into the chain space and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Do that 2 more times. Yarn over into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's our 3 half double. From here, we're actually going to go back up. So we're going to do 3 double crochet in this next space. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're actually going to be back to our corner. So that is one side of our 4 sides that we'll do to make a square. 1, and then this next corner will be 2, 3, 4. So one side is 3 treble, 2 chain, 3 treble, 3 double crochet, 3 half double, and then 3 double again. Then we'll repeat. So we're repeating this from here 3 more times. Corner, 3 double, 3 half double, 3 double, corner, 3 double, 3 half double, 3 double, corner, so on, so on. So I'll meet you back when you've done this pattern 3 more times, here, here, and here. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and repeated it. I've done my last 3 double. So now what we're gonna do is slip stitch to the top of this stitch. I'm just gonna go right here, pull it through, and slip stitch it closed. And then we'll chain 1 to fasten off this round, cut our working yarn, and pull up and out. And there you have your beautiful sunburst square. This actually is my favorite square. It's the first square I learned when I first started crocheting granny squares. And they're so unique in the way that you can change the colors, and I feel like every time they look beautiful no matter the color combo. I use them mainly on bags, but they look wonderful as blankets, on cardigans, pretty much everything. So yeah, there's the sunburst square.